Welcome back to reading Archie's Sonic, and the final issue of Archie's Sonic the Hedgehog miniseries. That's right folks, after this one we'll start the main series of Archie's Sonic. But today we'll be covering the fake Robo-Sonic story. Boomer has made a set of contact lenses and a metal clip-on jaw to make the wearer look like one of Robotnik's roboticized minions. The plan is to make Sonic wear them and to trick Robotnik into thinking Sonic accidentally fell into one of his robot makers. And here he is, fake Robo-Sonic. It's kinda weird that it only takes contact lenses and a metal jaw to pass as a Mobian turned robot. Can't say I like the design that much. We did see when Sonic's uncle, Chuck, was turned into a robot that only his eyes were swirly. Which I guess means that when a Mobian turns into a robot, it becomes a robot from the inside instead of the outside. Also, if you remember, Robotnik has a device that can detect non-machine beings. So this plan shouldn't work. But he had a robot spy in Knothole. But he still doesn't know where Knothole is, so I don't know. Anywho, Sonic pretending to be a robot chases Sally around through the Great Forest, tricking poor Tails into thinking that his hero, his role model, has turned permanently into a robot. Sally confirms this by telling Tails that Sonic did turn into a robot. So when Sonic approaches the two, he declares that he's not programmed to deal with two living creatures at the same time, and says he'll report back to Robotnik. Sally then starts calling Tails a hero for saving her from the Robo-Sonic, even though Tails didn't do anything. This is just cruel. Why would you trick one of your allies into thinking that their friend has basically died? Why? Just to see if Sonic's disguise is convincing? I mean, look at this poor fella. He's shocked to his core. Well, that's what I thought until Tails started eating up the praise Sally was giving him. To make sure for some reason that Sonic turning into robot doesn't get out, Sally tells Tails to keep it a secret. Tails just goes off selling newspapers and telling everyone that Sonic went mechanical and how Tails saved Sally from the renegade robot. Well, I guess he doesn't care as much as I thought he would. Never mind, Sally did nothing wrong. As Tails is screaming about his exploit, his newspaper gets stolen by a buzz bomber. Once he finds out what happened to Sonic, the buzz bomber heads back to tell Robotnik the news. He's hoping for a nice desk job for a reward. Yeah, not gonna happen, buddy. It wouldn't have made a difference anyway, because Dr. Robotnik already knows. Robo-Sonic is already there. Sonic gives Robotnik the excuse of how he turned into a robot. And come on! He fell into a robot maker that cleverly was disguised as a robot maker? Robotnik, please! He's clearly messing with you. Please be suspicious. Please. Buzz Bomber, completely reasonably, asks Robotnik if he considered that Sonic might be faking it, and it's a trick of some sort. Robotnik yells, "Of course, you idiot! Doctor, you have no right to call anyone an idiot. You had a robot in Knothole and somehow still don't know where it is." Okay, I'll stop. I won't mention that again. Jeez. Okay. Robotnik tests Robo-Sonic's loyalty by asking where the location of Knothole Village is, so he could destroy it. But Sonic hesitates, but before things could get hairy, an alarm goes off. Apparently, there's a disturbance in one of Dr. Robotnik's factories, the crab compound. I guess that's the place where they make crab meats. Robo-Sonic volunteers to investigate. He's faster than everyone and can get the job done better than anyone. This ticks off Buzz Bomber. But Robotnik tells Buzz Bomber to let Sonic go. He'll show if he's truly loyal, because there's a surprise waiting for him at the crab compound. We see that Sally and Antoine were behind the disturbance. When Sonic arrives, his metal jaw flies off from his face and bites Antoine. That guy just doesn't seem to get a break, does he? Anyway, Sonic informs Sally that Dr. Robotnik is a little suspicious, but everything is going fine. Sally tells Sonic to proceed with their plan, which was to destroy the crab compound. Why the crab compound specifically? Well, we find out later that it's because it's the biggest factory they have. I guess Robotnik makes a lot of crabs. When Sonic heads inside the compound, he finds his surprise, Uncle Chuck. When Sonic sees Chuck, he tries to snap him out of it. But it's no use. He's a robot. Robo-Uncle Chuck calls the family dog Mutsky. We saw him in the origin story. He's also been turned into a robot. Hold on a moment. Why does Mutsky look like that? All the other guys just had swirly eyes. But Mutsky looks like a dog version of a SWAT bot. Unless somehow being an animal changes stuff. I don't know. So this actually kind of raises a couple of questions now that I've seen like Mutsky and his robot form. First is, does Robotnik treat animals differently from Mobius when it comes to the robotization? Maybe he does, because now that I think about it, the fish from the Jaws story, when they went through the robot maker, they were clearly robotic. So maybe it's just an animal thing. This seems to be a world where there's anthropomorphic animals like Sonic and Sally and these guys, while also just having normal animals. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just interesting to note. Anyway, Sonic is pissed now and heads back to Robotnik with his disguise. He tells him that he stopped Uncle Chuck from taking an unauthorized coffee break, which pleases Robotnik. Robotnik tells Sonic to type the knothole's location into a computer and launch the missile, which Sonic happily obliges to do. Okay, why would you let Sonic also launch the missile? Shouldn't you check what he wrote down? Never mind. Sonic blows up Robotnik's largest factory, the Grab Compound. He's really surprised that something like this could happen to him. Before wrapping up this story, I have to tell you about the story I skipped at the beginning. A what-if story. Sonic gets a concussion and starts hallucinating about childhood with Dr. Robotnik. It's an imaginary and unimportant story, so I skipped it. Although, it did show that Uncle Chuck was the one who made the magic rings. I wonder if that's true. Anyway, I found this story pretty especially for a finale of a miniseries. I think it would have been better if the story was similar to the last one in the way of it's one story the whole issue instead of two stories. Because this story kind of went really quick. But it was nice seeing Uncle Chuck again, even though he's just a robot. I don't have much to say about this one. But next time, we'll be beginning the first issue of the main series. Get hyped!